Hi guys, how are you? How is everybody? Hi Nikita, yes, you're first. Hi Cat and Chip, hey Julie. Hi Debbie says what? Debbie says what? I love it. Hi Barbara Millette, Mother Dearest, who's sitting over here next to me. And hi Julie, how you doing? Okay, yeah, I do the same thing. I'll have something playing in the background while I have to run around the house. Sorry, I was a minute late. I was on another live, had to hop off, make a cup of coffee, run to go to the bathroom. So how you guys doing? So some of you guys know that I do the I started doing tarot readings during the day, but tonight on Tuesday nights, I want to do paranormal talk. So it's whether it's you guys have personal experiences with loved ones or spirits in your house. I don't know, aliens, Bigfoot, Kabawucha, whatever that dog looking thing is. I forgot. So anyways, that's what this talk is. And once I get more people on the live, I will have guest speakers come up because my mother and I was for anybody that's new here, used to be paranormal group. So we got lots of stories to share too. But the main thing is it's an open panel. So anybody that has a story they want to share, an experience they want to share, they're more than welcome to come up. More than one person can come up. I think I can fit 10 on here. So everybody can talk. It's an open panel. Oh, actually, you guys can't come up if I don't show my link. Hold on, let me put up my link.
Julie says, how are you doing?
I can see it, Mama. It's right here. My mama's letting me. She's here to help me if I miss messages. Hi, Cinnamon. How are you? I'm beat today. I did tarot readings for almost 6 hours today. So I'm a little tired. So I went through more mascara and stuff on and powder on my face to try to make me look like I woke up. Because when I got off, my husband's like, you look beat. I'm like, yeah, I feel it. And my lighting in here is so much better at night than it is during the day. Isn't that weird? Yeah, okay, that's a fine, Julie. I don't know where you're from, but it'll be 12 p.m. Eastern on Thursday too. You had a big day. Was it a good big day or a yicky bad day? That's okay. I was the first. All right, so I did 2 tarot readings lives already. So the first one was last Tuesday, and I think it was like 4.5 hours, and today was almost 6 hours. So it's not like, you can pop in at any time and give me your name, and I'll write it down on a list. So it's not like you have to be there exactly right when it starts. It's whenever you can have time to pop in. And those are the free mini little tarot ones. See if you guys like it. And then I do private ones too, but the private ones I do charge for. But I've been doing readings for many years. Hey Carla, how you doing, sweetheart? So does anybody here have a paranormal story they would like to share? Or have any questions about the paranormal they were always curious about? It was really nice. One person I did a reading for ended up going live afterwards to talk about their experience, which was very cool because with my reading today, because they weren't saying anything in live, so I didn't know if it was good, bad, indifferent, or whatever, because they didn't say a word. But I guess they were in a good way. They were crying, so they really couldn't speak much. And then they went and I'm trying to get myself on my phone so I can see the messages on here too. So they went on their live and talked about the confirmation that the message they got, which was very cool. Okay, Debbie, that's fine. That's cool. Yeah, because some of them can be a little intense. So even if they say they want a general reading and then you lay out the cards, you're like, ooh, wait a minute. And so some of them end up being intense.
Julie, how much do you charge?
$25 for half an hour, which is a really good price. It's a really good price because if I was to go other places to do it, it probably could be more. But if it's at home, we could do video chat somehow.
However, on chat,
So if you guys want to get a hold of me, this is my email right here, irisrainbowthings@gmail. It's simple. Hi, Rose Petal. How you doing tonight? I'm going to drop the link again. So if anybody has a story they want to share, or if they have questions about whatever, they can pop on up. And sometimes we do get off track. It's kind of an open chat, open panel. So whatever happens, happens. Hey, Canadian girl. How you doing, sweetheart? Oh, wait, that's not. I was trying to. I'm trying to hit paste. I keep hitting everything but paste. And then. So if I miss saying hi to anybody, I do miss things in chat, just so you know.
Carla, I don't know how to describe my experience.
Oh, come on up then. Take the link. You don't have to leave your camera on. All I asked is before I add you onto the live is that I see your face, but nobody else will see it, just me. And then you could shut the camera off. But you could just grab the link.
You see Carla's text?
Yeah, that's why I said she can hop up here if she wants. Like Debbie, I think came up last time I was on. And she was nervous being on camera, but she did it. She looked fine. She was beautiful. I have to drink. I drink coffee all day and all night. I'm thirsty though. So, I mean, I can keep talking about myself if you like, but that's kind of boring. I mean, at least to me it is anyways. But even if you're shy about coming up here, you could write your story in the chat and I can read it. But I like it if you guys come up here. Did you want to come on up? Who was it? Carla. Crazy question. Do you communicate with the other side, like spirit world? And if you know what I'm trying to say? Yes, sometimes I do. So like when I do readings, if I do the free mini readings, I'll say, if you have somebody you want to connect with, just let me know. And I can't guarantee it's going to happen because it's a short time, but I can. And it depends on their energy. Sometimes I can, sometimes it's not as good. I mean, but I can. And that's what I'm saying. Like the lady that I did a reading for today, she ended up going live and saying, because she lives out of this country, she's like, there's no way she would have known, because I kept saying that, I saw white birds or whatever. I said like a dove or something. And I guess her mother collected them. Hi, Carla. How are you? You can shut off your camera now if you like. I seen you before I accept you to go on there. Just at the bottom, it'll say stop cam. You just have to hit that. I just want to make sure you got it before I accept you up here. I don't want you to show yourself if you don't want to. But anyway, so I said something to her about butterflies and white birds, maybe doves. And I didn't know that her mom loved birds. And when at her funeral, she ended up letting them off. Some white doves, and she collects butterflies and stuff. I mean, and there's no way I would have known that. All right, I'm going to accept you on here, honey. There you go. You got some background noise a little bit. Maybe it's a fan or something. So how you doing, Carla?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How you doing? Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, you just have to turn off your YouTube because it'll have background noise. It'll play over and over.
That's what I'm trying to do. So I have to talk on my phone.
That's okay. Take your time. Hey, Brandi Lee, how you doing? Hi, Lynn. Lynn, what does she say? If I miss your chat, just say it again. I have lots of spirits in my house. I can't come up right now, but I have stories for days. I would love to hear them. When you're on next time, I will. I have to get up at 4:30 a.m. Oh my goodness. So I'm thinking because a lot of the girls that came in for tarot, they live in different countries. They don't live in the States like we do. So I think next week I'm going to do start doing a time during the day for them so they can do it too. Oh, I can see you still got your YouTube playing, honey.
Okay, I'm in, right?
Huh? Hey, Queen Nessie, how are you? Yeah, you're in Scotland. What time is it there? Carla, honey, you got to turn off the whatever's playing on in the background. It's a bad back feed. There you go. I don't hear it now. Whatever's playing on in the background is a bad back feed. Oh, it's me. I can hear me talking.
I don't know how to do this anymore.
Okay, so are you on your cell phone, hon?
How do I hear you if I turn everything off?
All you have to do is shut off the YouTube, not the StreamYard, because you're on StreamYard right now. If you turn off YouTube, you can still hear me through StreamYard. Not the StreamYard, because you're on StreamYard right now.
Okay.
If you turn off YouTube, you can still hear me through StreamYard. Oh my God, Nessie, that is
Okay, I
late
think
as
I
hell.
got it.
Oh, you know what? I don't hear anything.
Yep, I think I got it.
Okay, so Nessie, I think next week or maybe even sooner, I'm going to start scheduling during the day so you guys can come up and share your stories too, so you're not trying to stay up all night. Oh, I'm hearing it again. For a second, I didn't hear it.
No, I turned it off.
Yeah.
So I could look at chat. I turned on my phone.
Oh, yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to see. I don't think you can see chat, can you?
Well, I can if I put it on my phone.
So if you're on, are you on StreamYard on your laptop or computer, or is it just your phone?
I'm on the computer and my phone.
Okay, so on the computer, you can still see the chat. If you look to the right of you, it'll say comments.
Uh-huh.
And those are all the comments. Can you see what everybody's saying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can still see the comments here too on the computer.
All right.
And then there's like a back chat too, a private chat. So if you wanted to say something to me privately, and then nobody else would see it.
Okay. Cool.
Canadian girl. I'm not sure if I said hi to you. Hi. And I'm pretty sure I said hi to Brandi. So if I forgot anybody, I'm sorry. So, Carla, so do you have some experiences or any questions? Do. Oh, good. I would love to hear them.
Okay. So when 30 some years ago, I lived with my first husband and my two small children. And across the street from us was a elderly lady named Betty. And Betty the whole neighborhood was afraid of her. But my husband, he became friends with her. And then we all did. And we would go over there and visit her and sit on the porch and whatnot. And she was a hoarder.
Oh.
And like she always had on the same clothes. Her whole house was filled with crap that she would go get from dumpsters after garage sales and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we got very close. And when she passed away, we were still very good friends with the rest of her family and whatnot because we became her family, more or less.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of times I'm sitting on the porch with my foster daughter and my daughter and my son, and we would go in the house, and the door was locked, and I didn't lock it. And I'd say, Betty, come on, it's us, let us in. The door would not just unlock, but it would open.
No. Oh my gosh.
There was other times I was at home. Yeah, I was at home, and I would look out my window and see lights on in what used to be her bedroom upstairs that she actually didn't go into for years because it got hard for her to walk that far, and she slept in a room on the main floor. And
Yes.
let me tell you, this house had a full basement, a main floor, and an upstairs.
Oh, so it was a good size.
Anyway, I saw the light on, and so I went over. Yeah, I went over there. There's nobody there, but the light's on. You know, so I turn the light off, go back home. It would happen again. And then me and my husband at the time got into going to a channeler,
Yeah.
and he told us that she was reaching out to my husband and to us, and like trying, because even after her funeral, my husband was like sick for days, and she was latching onto him, trying to, I don't know.
Really?
It was just a really strange situation, but I know it
Yeah.
was real. I lived it. I would have to tell her, let me in. It's me, you know, it's Carla, and and the door would open.
That is very
was
cool. That's very
crazy.
cool. That's very cool experience to have though.
And I was
So it's
never afraid.
good.
And none of us were afraid. My kids weren't afraid. Nobody.
Oh, good. Yeah, because
Then my
sometimes
best
people are
friend,
afraid
who
of
was
the
80 some
unknown.
years old, she
Yeah.
lived in
What's
my
how old? I'm
house
sorry. How old?
when she was dying of cancer.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
No, I was saying, oh, okay. I was just listening to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she was in her 90s. Then my best friend, I used to be a reflexologist, and I learned from the very best of the very best. And I created a lot of elderly friends from being there. And this one particular friend, her name was Hazel, and she came to my house all the time, blah, blah, blah. When she got to the end of her life, she had 7 children. And she
nice.
said, Carla, can I come home to your house? I want to come home to your house because all of my kids are fighting over my money, my house, my everything. I said, you know you can. She said, well, ask Bob. That's my husband. I said, you already know Bob isn't going to care. Well, she came and she stayed here, and I made a rule with her family coming in. I said, there will be no talking about any fighting or anything when you're in the room with her. That all stays outside. This is her safe place.
Oh.
We even decorated a Christmas tree in June for her so that she could celebrate with me and my family.
What a beautiful gift you gave her.
And when she passed away, oh, she's still here with me, baby. She's here all the time.
Of course, yeah.
She will always be my best friend. She shows signs that she's here all the time. I can't even go into it how much. My granddaughter, she said, Grandma, can I go give Grandma Hazel some flowers? I said, of course you can. Like after she was gone, she was still seeing her. My granddaughter was still seeing her in that bedroom, which became her playroom. But she said, can I please pick some flowers for Grandma Hazel? Just letting you know, it wasn't me who still felt her here. It was my whole family.
Nice.
And she's still here.
So like your whole family's intuitive also.
I know her touch. I know her smell. And now I'm going through with my mom having dementia, fighting with my brothers over what I think her care should be. And yeah. So I have a lot of experiences. But that's just 2 of them.
Yeah, it's great. That means it sounds like to me your whole family's open, which is a good gift to have.
Oh, they
And
think I'm crazy, but I don't care.
no, that's okay. Let them think you're crazy. And the thing is, if you end up realizing that there truly is in afterlife, like we're just inner vessels, our soul is just here in our vessels, that when we cross over, our souls are still alive. We're still who we are. We're just in a different form. It really makes life easier knowing when
Yep.
somebody crosses over. It really does. I mean, you're still sad, you still mourn, but you know that they're
For
still
me,
there.
there's no doubt.
Yeah. Same.
Right. I've had 2 sister-in-laws die. Well, I took care of them. And now with my mama, you know, she says to me all the time, I hope I can just go to sleep and not wake up. And I just tell her over and over, it's like, Mama, that's in God's hands. It's not in our hands. She says, I know. And she doesn't know me anymore.
Oh, so
She
she's
thinks
tired.
I'm her cousin, or I'm just the lady that comes and takes care of her. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that
But
makes
I love her. She sits right next to me and I miss her.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
I miss
sad.
talking to my mama.
That's sad. That makes it really
But
difficult.
Brandi says.
I know she's still in there somewhere, you know?
Of course, yes. Does she still have like good days and bad days?
Yeah, but it's kind of like, I don't know. It's hard to say because she's not happy. She's not right now. Like I told her yesterday that my son Zachary,
Yeah.
he spent a lot of time with my parents. He helped them with their yard, with their house, with their motorhome, with everything. Zachary is the one person sometimes that's how I even get her to know who I am. I say, I'm Zachary's mom. Oh, well, I love Zachary. Zachary's my favorite. So I got to tell her the other day that Zachary is saving his money and planning on coming home for Mother's Day to see us. And she said, oh, I have to tell Carla. She will be so happy. But see, she didn't know it was me telling her that. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm Carla. She didn't know it was me telling her that.
Oh,
anyway.
That makes it tough. That makes it tough.
It's hard, but
no, that's very hard.
She's still there. I still love her just the same.
That's still your mama, no matter what.
She'll never. This is the way I put it to my brothers. She can't come to our world anymore. She can't.
Yeah.
All we can do is go to hers.
Absolutely.
She still wants to go home to her parents, and she's 92 years old.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know that must
My
be
grandpa
scary
died
for them
6.
also. You know that
Thank
must
you.
be scary for her.
I see your guys' text. Yeah. But anyway, I've had some experiences even before all of this with the lady across the street, and before I had children. The house I lived in with my ex-husband, I always felt these small little things running around me. And in channeling, really? I was told that those were my babies waiting to come. Yeah. It was like, I mean, I've never been afraid of a ghost. I'm never afraid. I live in a huge house, and a lot of times I'm here all by myself. I'm talking 2,100 feet up and down. And even my family will say, aren't you afraid? No, I'm never afraid. I'm protected.
Yep.
I got a big shield out there protecting my home.
Absolutely. Yep. And not only that, Spirit will warn you sometimes too. Spirit will warn you. So when my grandson, who I've had custody of, but when he was little, he went to his bedroom and play, and I should have known better. We had a bunk bed back there, And I didn't think he could climb out the bunk bed because of the way the stairs were. Like, it was hard to climb up it. Anyways, you know, toddlers, they can climb anything. I should have known better. Anyways, I'm in the other room and I swear I hear a bell ringing. Like, I don't know, a little bell ringing in my ear. And then something told me that it was a warning to go check on him. Sure enough, good thing I did, because I went in there. He was hanging on to the bunk bed, like, you know, his little hands like this. It was feet dangling. Honestly, though, if he dropped, he would have hit the bottom bed, so he would have been safe. But still, it scared the crap out of me.
I'm going to show that I'm real.
I believe I've seen your picture before. That's why I was like, you can hide it if you want, but you don't have to. You don't have to.
Yeah.
You look fine.
I've had tape over my camera for so long, it's just all fuzzy.
My daughter keeps tape on her. Yeah, she's like, hey,
showing
she
I'm
hears
a
me
real
talking.
person.
Yeah. My daughter keeps tape on her camera because she don't want people to see her. She's worried that people like
Shut it off.
Yeah.
Well, I
You know,
just
she thinks it gets
I
bugged.
don't know.
Yeah. I learned that at school, Grandma.
Yeah.
So did you have experiences when you were a child?
Come through my iPhone. No, thank you. Anyway, thanks for letting me come up, honey.
Oh,
And I
thank
still
you
think
for
you're
coming up,
beautiful, and
Carla.
You look so much like my first sister-in-law, and I told you her story.
Yeah. I hope she was a good person.
That's what attracted me to you. I was like, oh
Aw.
my God, you look like my sister-in-law.
Oh, thank
And I
you.
lost her years ago.
Oh, thank you.
But she was left on her parents' doorstep.
Really? Oh, so they end up taking her in?
And you remind me of her, and it was very comforting to me.
Oh,
I was really close to her.
thank you, Carla.
Huh?
I said thank you. Thank you for sharing your stories.
Oh, you're welcome. I love your dimples.
Yeah, I was born with them.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
My mom said thank you.
Okay, how do I go now? Leave studio.
Yeah, just leave studio.
Yeah, I've got one.
You do?
Who's that?
My mom
Yeah.
has one too. Just
Thanks,
one.
sweetie.
Oh, I got two.
You do? Smile. Oh yeah, you do. I thought you only had one. So I'm gonna post the link again if anybody wants to come up. I would love if Brandi Lee came up. I heard her well, my mom wrote it down and showed me to it. She's something about a portal, and I would love it if Brandi came up and shared her story. But anybody's welcome.
Brandy's dad too walks.
Yeah, Brandy's dad walks around the house.
Yeah,
Nice.
these two go together.
Awesome.
Then we
So
got-
who would like to share their story? And thank you, Carla, for sharing your story. Thank you very much. You had a good story. I really liked the one with Betty, your neighbor. Queen Nessie said, hi, mommy dearest.
If Brandy don't want, Sue Bug has a few things. Oh, Brandi Lee, she's calling me out.
Yeah, she said, hi, mommy dearest. That's funny. You don't have to come up if you don't want to, but I would love it if you did. It's a non-judgment free zone. If anybody talks crap or judges, I'll boot them.
I'll kick their ass.
My mom says she'll kick their ass. My mother's a second degree black belt. Oh, they're saying hi.
I said hello, but I'll do it
Yeah.
again.
Oh, Brandy's up here on piano. Just wave, sweetie. Hi. Okay, I'll give you a second if you want. Okay. I just wanted to make sure you closed your camera before I let you come up, in case you want to be shy.
Of course
People's
I
privacy
do.
is people's privacy is their privacy. It's not their business, right?
Yes.
Hi, Brandy. How are you doing?
I'm okay. My story always sounds crazy to everybody, but hell, what's new?
Trust me, I got crazy ones. And listen, you're never going to meet us in real life. Who cares what anybody thinks? Right.
Well, I hope to meet all of you someday,
No, that
at
would
least
be
in
awesome.
soul.
We'll have to
You know?
hit the lotto and just get to do a big, huge meet and greet.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's
Yeah.
do it. I do have, see, my family is like weird, okay? It's
Yeah.
normal for me, but I didn't realize until I was older, it's not normal for every damn body else,
Mhm.
you know? And I would say, I was a lost child, and
What do you mean? What do you mean by lost child?
okay, my grandparents adopted me. I was the last
Okay.
person in Oakland County, Michigan to have a black bastard birth certificate.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's pretty shitty,
My
but
birth
okay.
mother was only 15 when she had me, and back then,
Hmm.
the parents could tell, you're having that kid.
Yeah.
Abortion really wasn't, it was there, but kind of in its infancy.
Yeah.
She didn't want me. I was resented. I was, treated like the black sheep, but that's okay. It made me stronger. It made me
Yeah.
stronger. It's not a sob story. It's my journey.
Yeah.
And there was a reason for that.
I'm glad you said that. So for anybody that is new here and knows the way, well, some people know that I'm a pagan spiritualist minister, and we have a
Oh,
church, we
really?
have services. Yes. So one of the things that we talk about all the time, yes, my mommy too. My mom is
Hi,
too.
mommy.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Reverend Barbara. So anyways, so what a lot of people don't know, well, don't think of it is some of us have really crappy lives. Like, some of us can write a book on the crap that's happened. And if you sit and think of how and who you are today, if you didn't have those experiences, you wouldn't be who you were today. You wouldn't have some of the strengths that you have, or some of the weaknesses, or even be able to, have your third sense kick in because you've experienced it. So you know what signs to look for. So sometimes you need to embrace the trauma that you had, work through it, and figure out and learn, who you are now because of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I have stories I could tell you that will curl your toes that you would be shocked if you heard. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same with you. Like you've had some crappy things happen in life, and you have a path that you're going on. Which path do you want to take? Which journey do you want to take? And it looked like that you took the side that lets you recognize you are who you are today because of the good things and the bad, not so good things too that happened to you in your life. Anyways, I'm sorry. That's my little rant.
That's okay. I love to listen to you talk, my sweetheart. It's like
Thank
I can
you.
sit down and have some sweet tea or hot tea or a damn cup of coffee, whatever the hell we want, and just chit chat like no tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Um, I like the fact that your mom is Reverend, and because maybe you'll understand a little bit.
Yeah.
My mother, which was my grandmother biologically, she is
Yeah.
passed over now. My papa, he's close to 90. He's still with us. God bless his soul.
Yeah.
But it was more, we didn't go to like a regular church. I don't know how to explain this really, so I'm just going to throw it out there.
Oh, good.
We went to what it was called was, it was a spiritual healing church. Yes, we said prayers. Yes, there was an altar where we, talked about God and stuff. But this spiritual church was open all the time, and mother would have like dreams. She delivered a stillborn baby at 6 months, and she was about 6 hours away from home in the cold in upper Michigan when she had that baby, and she could never get over it. So that's just a little tidbit into the story of the spiritual church. Mom would have these
That's
dreams
okay.
of
Yeah,
this
we're
son.
spiritualists, so that makes sense.
Mom would have these dreams of this baby, and she would go in this church. It had your psychic. It
Yeah.
had a lady that could do your dreams, draw them, and
Ooh,
each
that's a
room
nice
had
feeling.
something different. And it was more like I don't like to say I'm gifted, but it was more like a gifted or abilities, or like people could do the drawings of your dreams. Like dad was worried about flying, and so mom went in and seen the psychic that was there at the church. So I was raised with crystals and this whole other side, and I just thought it was damn normal. I didn't know that
Yeah.
was not like your normal thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
even
you
the
grew up in a
Catholics light
spiritualist church.
incense.
Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of people don't know spiritualism happened in the 1800s.
Yeah,
Yep.
see. So, okay, my grandmother, She would have been my great grandmother biologically. When I was like 4 or 5, they had to put her in a nursing home.
Mhm.
And we put all of her stuff in the basement. And it was cement walls, honey. It was cement walls. Okay.
What
And
do
I
you mean
think
by smut walls?
like where we had to store her stuff was in the basement and there's cinder blocked walls. So there's
Okay.
no way there's no excuse for me to get through to a porthole. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, cement walls. I thought you kept saying smut walls.
Well, smut, schmidt, shit. I don't know. Like the cellar. The cinder block walls. This
Yeah,
was
I
in
get it
Michigan.
now. It took me a minute.
And I was like 4 or 5, and I was a child that ran the neighborhood and was not supervised. That too, and that'll play into it a little bit. But our grandmother, she refused to call me Brandi. That's why I have Brandi Lee, because she called me Brenda Lee, because she said, whoever named you after the alcohol that got drunk on that night and had you is nuts. Refused to call me Brandy. Yeah. So she
That's
called me Brenda
horrible, but
Lee.
I'm sorry. It's now that you're older, that's a little giggle worthy.
Isn't it? I'm telling you. And the fact that she could say it, just like as a matter of fact. So anyhow, she was up at our house, and Mama couldn't take care of Grandmama May anymore, and that was her name. And we put her stuff in the basement. And I think that like the other gal, where her family member, that I think it was Carla that was just on, where they have dementia and they can kind of go in and out.
Yeah.
When we put her in the nursing home, I think she was going in and out, because where her stuff was leaned up against the wall, I would wander, and I'm not kidding you, where her mattresses were leaned up against a cement cinder block wall. And I would get this inkling to go down in the basement and play, and I would climb to the top of the mattress. And only when I put my hand to the wall, it opened. I went in. It was back to the 1700s, 1800s setting.
Oh.
And I would go through. It was black and white. There was 3 ladies. I didn't know who these ladies were until Mama died. I saw them in a
Okay.
black and white album and found out that was Grandmama May's sisters.
Oh.
So I would go in and I would play. Well, Mom and Dad were like, where are you going for like 3 hours? Like, I was doing this all the time. And somebody realized I was missing. I'm telling you, I was a kid that slipped through the cracks. It's a
Yeah.
fucking miracle I'm here. I'm not lying. And I went down and I showed them. And it was the strangest thing, because I look back now and they looked at me and they said, you are too close to the other side and those ladies are going to take you. And they shut the damn porthole.
Oh, wow.
They shut the porthole. Did a little seance, whatever. I don't know. I was 4 or 5 years old.
Oh my gosh.
And they shut the porthole. And I tried to get, I had one of those strange cars come around the bend and try
Yeah.
to pick me up. And it was a guy.
Really?
Yes. And so I think that they were trying to protect me in a way. They shut the porthole. They started paying attention to me, and I didn't come up missing. Long story.
Oh. Oh,
But
wow.
the porthole was no longer there. I came
Mhm.
up screaming, I can't get back in. I said, those ladies were nice to me. You guys aren't. I mean, the whole 9.
Oh,
I was
wow.
so mad. I'm on a live. I was so mad at them for closing it, the porthole. But that's what I was told later on, that it was actually a porthole. That's what I think it was. What do
Yeah.
you think? Give me your spit on it.
I've heard of stuff that before, but I've never personally experienced anything like that. But I've heard about it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really have too much to say about it, because I've never personally experienced that. Now, when you're talking about the Alzheimer's, your grandmother who can come in and out of, is that what you're saying? Could come in and out?
Yeah,
Well,
she
that
hadn't fully transitioned yet.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I would go down and like put my hand up. I mean, it was a cement wall that it would not open until I'm telling you, I waved my hand like in front of it and put my hand on it and it would open. And I would crawl through it. And it was like everything went black and white. And I didn't know who these ladies were until Mom died about 10 years ago. And I said, Papa, I said, those are the 3 ladies in the wall. He goes, those are Grandmama May's sisters. Those are my aunts. They used to make peach cobbler for me. I said, was it on a tripod, cast iron on an open grill, or on an open flame? He said,
Oh.
yes. I said, I can make that cobbler still to this day. I used to go and play with them in the wall. They taught me how to make old cobbler.
So why, if that was a portal, why would they shut it? Did they think you would get trapped there? Is that what I'm
Yes.
understanding?
Yes, they
Oh, okay.
thought, because I was like Summer Walls. I was not watched. I was
Yeah.
not taken care of.
Yeah.
At 4 or 5 years old, I could have been anywhere at
Oh,
any given
wow.
time. Nobody knew where I was. And when I almost got, when the guy come around the bend, I think that in some way, Grandmama May, when she was in dementia, we had to put her in that nursing home. That's when
Yeah.
it was able to go in and out. And I think she was protecting me some kind of way, even though she couldn't be there.
Yep, probably. Yeah.
Because it was right after they closed the porthole. At the same time I would come up missing was the same time that guy tried to pick me up in a Ford pickup truck, single cab, blue and white, white stripe on the side.
How
And this
freaking
was
scary.
probably in 1975.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Wow.
probably 1970, 1975, right in there. So I think it was my grandmother's way of protecting me.
Absolutely. Yep. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think when people start getting close to the end, especially if they have dementia, to me, they might be for us to say that they don't have their mind with them anymore. But a lot of times you'll hear stories of them spiritually communicating with they're not stuck in their vessel. They're able to bounce around, if that makes sense.
Yes. And
Yeah,
I've
that's what
never,
happened. I don't know whose reading that was today, but I said that to somebody they're reading, like I asked about their, I think it was their stepfather. I don't remember who it was. And I asked something about that because I could see that they're going over to see the mother that had passed away, but still in the physical form. Like I could see them bouncing from physical to spiritual form.
going back and forth.
Yeah, going
Yeah.
back and forth.
Yeah. And that's kind of, and, because I would have been her first 5th generation.
Oh, wow.
And there wasn't, because I would have been raised as Mama and Papa's child because I was adopted and given their name. That was common back then.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yep.
So, and she adored me, but they let me run like a heathen. I'm telling you, they did.
Wow.
I love my Mama and Papa. They were good to me. If it wasn't for them, I don't know where I'd be or what I'd be, but
Without them.
I was not watched. They were tired by the time I came around, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
They was tired. They had
They already
7.
had their children and they were already raised and stuff. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, their youngest is only a year older than me. So we were raised as twins. His name is Roy, and he's a boy. He's only 1 year older than me.
His brother and sister. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. And so they were tired by the time Roy and I came around. They spoiled Roy, and I ran like crazy. I always felt like the burden, if that makes any sense. And Grandma May never made me feel like that. It was, I don't know. It was different. I'm half Irish and half German.
Mm.
And Grandma May was 100% German. I don't know if that makes any difference or not. But I've never been the same. I know there's another side, and I'm oblivious to the fact that nobody else. Does that make sense? Nobody else sees what I see. I'm like oblivious to that.
So do you still see spirit now?
Oh yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah. If I'm depressed or laying in bed, I'll see a shadow walk the hallway. And I did get confirmation on that was my dad checking on me.
Oh, nice.
So
that's a nice gift when you can see them.
Yeah, it's a gift. It's a gift to even know that, like, people that don't know that there's like the spiritual realm, I almost feel sorry for them, like they're missing out on something.
No, they really are. At least that's how I feel too. It's how I feel too. I'm kind of glad they closed the portal though, because the only reason is, even if you could go in there and see your other family members that had crossed over, but if you open up for yourself for good, you can open yourself up for not so good. So if there's a portal, maybe something not so good could sneak through.
And it was on. It was, my family owned all of that land.
Yeah.
And they built the house. Papa was, their family like farmed all of that area back then. So my cousins moved in to Grandmama May's house after she passed, like years later, because they're like 20 years younger than I was before any more grandchildren came along. And they used to play with Grandmama May's husband, Fred, in that attic.
Oh.
So it was the children, and they did have to close the portholes, because I do believe you can go over and not come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, Queen Nessie asked, do you know how the portal was closed?
I was very, very young, and I remember Mama going up to her psychic named Edith, and she was through the church, and the church spiritual people prayed. They had me in the corner, and they or not in a corner, like in a circle, and they prayed on me, and then they did some sort of cleansing in the basement.
Yeah.
And that was it. That's what I remember. That's what I can remember from a 4 or 5 year old's perspective, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So if they went around circle and prayed around you, that means they gave you a circle of protection.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I really wasn't sure what the hell they were doing.
Yeah.
I was mad that they closed it.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Those are my people. You know? They said, we had to. You were too close to the other side, is what I was told. We had to close it. You were too close to the other side. They will take you. So.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So I am crazy.
No, you're not crazy. You're not crazy. For me, for a while, I didn't see spirit for quite a few years, like my teenage years and stuff. I didn't, because I was told that or led to believe that stuff wasn't true. It was the devil's work. There's no such thing as spirit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
yeah,
but
so now I know that's not true. But that was normal back then. It's only because people fear it. They fear what they don't understand.
They do. And I think that's human nature. But we also have mind over matter too, I believe.
Yeah,
you can conquer anything if you set your mind to it.
Absolutely.
Anything. And
that's what
you can manifest it.
Your words you speak are magic, and what you think is magic. You can't take it back. Once you put it out in the universe, that's it. It's out there. If somebody goes around all the time saying, I got bad luck, I got bad luck, I got bad luck. Well, guess what? You got bad luck. If somebody goes around saying all the time, I feel good, I got this, you know what? They're going to get it. So your thoughts are things. That's true.
It's a manifestation. I try to explain that to my husband, because he really didn't. He's like born Southern Baptist. Papa was the church preacher, and on and on. And he really didn't believe in it until my biological father died. And he said he wanted no preaching at the damn pulp. He was in the casket. We're doing the funeral. And the preacher got up there, and it was in Kentucky. So there was a little brimstone and fire going on, and the remote went flying, and the preacher got down and handed it over to the family. And my husband went, okay, I can't deny this shit anymore. This woman she's got spirits all around her, because I'm like, you have to recognize what you see, honey, and take it with. He goes, I would have never believed. I said, seeing is believing, but I was touched by it. So it's odd for me to not, for him to not understand. So, and then it happens, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to tell you what happened. I want you to see it with your own eyes.
Yeah.
And then now he's like, oh my Lord. Okay, so you're not nuts. You're just very touched.
Yeah. Yeah, I said this before in another live that my husband used to be a non-believer, and he's a definite believer now. Definitely.
Oh, see, it happened. See, so what I'm talking about.
first he didn't believe in it and would laugh at me and make jokes and all kinds of stuff. Then he went from not believing in it to be afraid to now it's whatever, you know?
Yeah, he says, well, you believe in it, and that's enough for me. That's what he used to say. But the
Yeah.
flying remote and Papa and everybody, no, they closed that porthole. And he's like, what in the hell? This is, this is his father-in-law. He's like, what the hell? I thought that this girl was just telling 4 or 5-year-old childhood dreams, and no, we
Yeah.
do that.
And a lot of times if people don't experience something, then it's hard for them to believe, especially
Yes.
as something that they can't physically see,
Yes.
you know? And I remember when I first started on my journey here in like my early 20s, I would hear stories of like, people astroplaning and doing all kinds of stuff that I thought was crazy. And I was like, these people are, but then when you start experiencing it yourself, that's why I said judgment free zone, because I know now if I personally didn't experience it, it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Judge it, not I. Judge it, not I. It's not for me. Judgment's not for me. I can either accept it in my life or not accept it. That's the only judgment I have, is I can accept the bullshit, kick the bullshit, accept the happiness, kick the, you get what I'm saying? But judgment's
absolutely
not for me. I ain't got that kind of power. Well, I'll drop down so somebody else can drop up. I wanted to.
That's fine. I mean,
you are
have
so beautiful. I love your channel. It's like my new favorite place.
You know what I noticed? This bright lights I have here, you can't really see my wrinkles as much. So maybe I should walk around with a light on my face.
Well, honey, you look beautiful. And I
much.
love your dimples. I do.
Thank
I
you.
like to see you smile. I am so glad that we have found each other.
Yeah,
and everybody, we got a great group here.
Oh, I know. I met so many great people. You guys are all awesome.
And you are just blowing the doors off of YouTube, honey. I'm telling you, you got it.
Thank you. I'm still new though, so I still got a little ways to go.
Well, I'm new and you're my inspiration.
Thank you. Thank you, Brandi.
You're welcome. I'm dropping. Love y'all.
Bye. Thank you. Mwah, mwah.
She's very knowledgeable.
Sue Bug, did you want to come up here? I'm going to drop the link. My mom says you've been saying some cool stuff. I missed half of it.
Oh, wait a minute. What about the aliens?
I think she said she don't really believe in aliens. I think that's what she said. Or maybe somebody else said something about aliens.
Her husband thinks they're aliens.
Oh, I believe in aliens. So Queen Nessie, she said, did Rob believe you'd make the sides for the chicken? Oh, did I tell you my husband made the sides? He sure did. He ended up cooking all the dinner. And by the time I got off live 5 minutes later, it was basically done. So I didn't have to cook dinner. It was nice. I was able to sit for like an hour. Anybody else want to come on up?
Subug said no.
She said no? Okay.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh.
I asked you.
Oh, no, I don't know. I can't. I missed a lot of the chat. I have trouble doing more than one thing at a time. Well, does anybody else like to come up? I'm going to keep putting up that thing. I can
Cinnamon hot share. She was chased by hellhounds.
Oh, really? Cinnamon, are you still on here? She might not be because she mods for a bunch of channels. A few of these people do in here, actually. Queen Nessie, do you have an experience you'd like to share, or are you going to go to sleep? What about you, Catnip? Come on up. Don't be shy. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. Well, when you first come up, because of other people, creators having trouble with porn bombing, I just want you to wave to me and let me see you real quick. And then I'll give you a minute to shut down your camera so nobody else will see you. Oh, Queen Nessie, yay! Hi, sweetie. You want to close your camera? Okay.
Right.
Hi, sweetie. How you doing?
I'm fine. The only real experience I've had have been with animals.
Oh, nice. That's a gift too.
I was in a pub one day and I seen greyhound dogs running through the pub.
Really?
And I asked the staff, I said, where did the dogs go? And they went, there's no dogs. But it used to be a courthouse, you know, where they had horses and dogs.
Yeah.
So I seen like whippets and greyhounds.
How old were you?
I must have been about 19.
Oh, so you weren't really little then. You weren't real young.
But I had experience when I was younger, small.
What did you experience?
I've only had one grandparent since I've been born. I've had step grandparents. My dad's mum and dad had passed well before I was born. My mum never met them.
Oh.
And my mum's dad had passed. But it's always been old people around us. And we used to go, I don't know if it's a British thing, we used to go potato picking. We call them tatties, you know, like tatty chip.
Okay.
I mean, you call a tatty chip. That's tatty chip to me.
Yeah.
So we used to go picking tatties through the holidays. And there used to be this old farmer and I used to call him Granda. I'd never had a Granda, and he used to hold me hand. I'd sit on the back of the wagon, you know, where all the tatties were on, and I'd be swinging my legs on the back of the horse and cart, and he would give us a biscuit, a digested biscuit. And I've always felt this man, I don't know why, always. You know, it's like somebody...
Yeah, so you knew who he was.
But I can never remember his name. But he was Farmer Jack, Farmer Ted, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then when I moved into this house, I've been up here 23 years in Scotland. And you know the old tellies, you could put your ornaments on top of the television.
Yes. Yep.
Well, you know when you get round candles, you get the round candlestick holders.
Yep.
I had 2 glass ones either side. You know, you've got to have them in pairs.
Yeah.
One either side. And my friend was here one night and one just went flying across the room. I don't know if that was one of my relatives saying, get him out here.
It could be. So listen to happen to me one time. So a couple of times. Hasn't happened in years. And I think because I learned how to put myself in check. So one time years ago, many years ago, I don't know, I was mad about something. I don't remember what it was. And in my pantry where my canned goods were, I had a can like fall behind me. And I was thinking, why would that can fall? That's very weird because I know it was pushed back against the wall in the pantry. Yeah. So then anyways, that happened twice, 2 different times. Didn't think nothing of it. So last time this happened, and then one time I was mad and arguing, and over my head, I had a ceramic up on the wall on the shelf, and it fell down and almost hit me, but it didn't. And then one time when I ended up realizing something was off, and this I felt really guilty for. So my grandson at the time, he was like 1.5 years, and he kept getting into something. I don't remember what it is. And all I said was, Jesus Christ. And I went walking into the bathroom to go get something to clean up the mess. And when I did, right behind on the toilet, back of the toilet, I had a it looked like a birdhouse, but it was the whole the extra roll of toilet paper,
Yeah.
and it went flying off the toilet, and it landed like 8 to 10 feet by my feet. It was on the other side by when I first walked in. I got a long bathroom. So I thought maybe it was my guides, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, because I felt guilty, because I was like, Jesus Christ, to the kid. He's a kid, and that's all I said was Jesus Christ. But I got mad, so I'm telling my guides, oh, I'm sorry. So I went to my reverend at the church that we belong to. She's retired now.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell her what had happened in these experiences that I've had. I said, I think my guides are telling me, to cut the crap. And she said to me, do you ever think that maybe you need to put yourself in check, and that's your energy, so you need to be careful with it? And I was like, oh, okay. Well, it actually happened one other time after that. And that was actually when that time the thing fell off from the back of my head because I was mad. And that's another story where
So
I thought
negative energy.
Yes, out of anger, like I was mad. And that's another thing, like, people can move stuff with their minds. I mean, I can't move stuff with my minds, but things have moved when I was mad.
Yeah.
And I always thought those stories were crazy. Like, no, that's not true. That's not true. Well, it happened to me. I did it. And after that last time, that was probably 10 years ago. And I've never done that ever again because I don't know. I think it scared me.
I've had the cats. They've been sitting at my sitting room door since my mum passed. I see them often looking in the hallway, and I think it's me mum visiting.
Oh, so you think that they're seeing stuff, huh?
Yeah, and
Animals will, yeah.
They haven't done that before, and I think it's just recently that they're sitting at the door, looking down the hallway.
Oh, you probably got family there visiting you.
Because the younger, I adopted 2 sister cats, and I took them to get spayed, and one was 6 weeks pregnant. So I kept the firstborn, and I struggled to find a name for her. So I called her after my mum. And when my ma always told us the story when she was little, my nana would say, she'd call her Katie Ada. Her name was Katie Adams, but me nana would shout, Katie Ada, get in here. So I called the kitten Katie Ada.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cute.
So
I love your accent.
Thank you. I'm in between Newcastle accent and Glasgow accent. I was born in England, but I live in Scotland.
Oh, so you got a little bit of both.
I was born on the other side of the border, but not far.
Nice. So I got a question.
Yeah.
So, do you believe in Nessie?
I'd like to believe so.
Yeah, I always wonder if it's like an old species of dinosaur that was getting extinct.
A prehistoric dinosaur that's been left behind.
Yep.
Like a hairy mammoth.
Yes, exactly. Just something that was starting to go extinct that nobody's seen in years. And if the water's deep enough, it was able just to hide.
Yeah. Well, it's like Bigfoot, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what.
I have a couple friends that said that they actually seen a Bigfoot. I don't know if it's true or not. Actually, not friends, my family. It was Tony and Bob and stuff. they insisted they did.
I love watching the stuff about that Skinwalker Ranch. I find that interesting. I'm not into aliens, but I find that interesting, that Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah. I haven't seen Skinwalker Ranch yet, but I keep hearing about it. I think I'm going to watch it. So I don't watch TV, so I got to try to force myself to make time to do it.
Skinwalker.
Oh, I do watch TV on my phone. It's called YouTube.
Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. There's a couple seasons of it.
Right, I'm going to pop back then and let somebody else. But thank you for everything.
Yeah, no,
today.
thank you, Nessie. Thank you for coming up and sharing your stories.
Thanks very much, sweetheart. I'll pop
Thank
up
you.
again sometime.
Yes, yes, please do. I love your accent.
Thank you.
Thank
Yours
you.
too.
Thank you.
If they don't really believe in them, they don't normally see them.
Yeah, that's true.
And they don't. I don't know if they all understand that. So they must believe a little.
Would anybody else like to come up and share a story? Cinnamon, did you have a story you wanted to share? Or confused? I'm trying to remember who said that they've had experiences.
She had hellhounds.
Nessie did. She just came up and talked about them, right?
Oh, Cinnamon
Oh.
was chased by
Thank
hellhounds.
you. Thank you, Queen Nessie. Thank you very much. Any you guys, anybody else want to come up share a story? I love to hear them. Judgment Free Zone. You guys can share whatever you like. Especially since I know a couple of you guys said some cool things in the chat. I want to hear about it. You're making some eggs. You didn't eat your dinner?
It's sitting right there.
My little
Where'd it
man's
go?
going through a phase. He don't like anything, so he's been making eggs every night.
Did you throw that out?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you,
threw out
Cinnamon.
the chicken and everything?
Lynn, would you like to come up?
No, that was in there.
I ate some of the chicken.
I know, doesn't she have the cutest voice? I love accents.
Cinnamon said not tonight.
No, she said not tonight. That's okay. Let's see.
Lynn said her daughter sees spirits.
Oh, is Lynn still here? Lynn, you want to come up? So does that mean you don't see spirits? I'm just curious. I think that sometimes people don't see spirits because of fear. She says, stop it. You're embarrassing me. So anyways, I think that sometimes I am, not tonight. I feel spirit, but she sees it. So, all right. So let me tell you, if you feel spirit, that means you can see spirit. So all you have to do is, all right, you know something's around, you can feel it. So stop and use your mind and don't think it's your imagination, and use your mind. And what does it look like? First you tell yourself, what does it feel like? Oh, I feel spirit around. What's it feel like? Do I feel like it's a good spirit or not so good spirit? Then you say, all right, does it have a masculine or a feminine energy? And then you say to yourself, so once you get those answers a little at a time, is it short or tall? And then by then you can start putting the picture together. Like, well, I have trouble seeing faces because of fear. I'm seeing faces when I was a kid, seeing spirit. So I don't usually see faces. And when I do see spirit, you know, when they say that they're like this far off the ground, that really is true. I don't know why. Well, I heard it's because we're in different planes, so I guess I do know why. But anyways, as I was saying was, I think everybody can see spirit. I think everybody can have experiences. I think fear keeps us from admitting the things that may or may not be there. We second guess ourselves, and you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Once somebody told me that once you stop second guessing everything, that things will come more naturally and come clearer and clearer. And it's true, it does.
Debbie, want to hear what happened after I went up last?
Yes, actually, I do. Hop on up. You want me to put the link back up there?
You didn't say her name.
Yeah, Debbie says, what? I want to hear. Let me put the link back up in case you can't get it. I was once told by a medium that he left that if I channel it.
If I channel.
I could do what he does. Oh no, you can. Absolutely. Meditation helps too, because it helps slow down your mind. And when you slow down the outside everyday world, it'll let you connect with the inner world, your third eye. And don't think, like, people think it's their imagination. It's not your imagination. And like, I see spirit. So if I say, where I feel it, like, oh, my chest hurts, or my throat hurts, or my arm hurts, it's spirit letting me know, certain things, where it's just a flash image in my head. And then that's not my imagination. It is, but it isn't. That's spirit letting me know I'm using my mind. So it looks just like it would anything that you visualize or pay attention to. So don't think it's just your imagination.
Joey has a story that doesn't want to scare anyone.
Oh, Joy, I definitely want to hear your story. I want to hear your story too. And I also want to hear what happened to Debbie after. You guys will both come up here at the same time and just take turns talking. I want to hear everybody's experience. I love talking about it. That's the whole reason why I started this channel, really. So everybody can share experiences. And besides, some people are afraid to share their experiences because they don't want others to think that they're crazy, so they keep it in. But it's exciting to talk about experiences that you had. Yes, Joy, please tell us. How can you say no to these dimples?
Oh my God.
Hear my mother, oh my God.
Oops, I said that word.
Debbie, are you going to pop on up? Yeah, we really want to hear from Joy. Hey, Debbie. Did you want to shut down your camera, or do you want to leave it up? She left it on last time, so.
Care.
Okay.
As long as you guys don't mind my braided Little House on the Prairie braids, I don't care.
You look
I'm
funny.
on my phone, so I can't see anybody.
Oh,
So
okay.
let me tell you what's happened since last week. So I don't know if I stirred anything up by being up there last week and telling, my stories and everything. And but since then, and I'm not one that has ever had electronical interferences or anything else like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we've been having a lot of issues with our TVs since then. And tonight at dinner, my dad and mom were saying, last night my dad's sleeping and he's like a snorer and everything. And my mom was up at 3:30 in the morning. And she's like, yeah, she goes, last night I was just in there watching TV and a bright yellow flash went on the TV, and it was so bright that it woke my dad up. He said, yeah, it was bright and yellow on the TV. And then it went back to normal. And I said, well, was the TV rebooting or anything? Because I'm the technical person in the house.
Yeah.
And they said, well, yeah, it just went back to normal. It wasn't rebooting. It wasn't doing anything. Mom was just watching TV because my dad was snoring so loud.
Mm-hmm.
And so wakes her up and it went back to normal. And I remember last week when I talked to you, I said that my mom, I had saw a bright flash going to my mom's door before. And so that happened. And I was like, strange. I don't know why the TV is.
So you just gotta wave real second. I won't put you up, and then you can close your camera again. I just want to see your face and just wave real quick. Oh, go on. I'm sorry, Deb.
It's okay. And like 2 days before that, I didn't think anything of it when I turned on my TV. On my TV, and I turned it on, and my TV was all black when I turned it on. And then a mechanical voice was going D D D D D D D D D D D D D, and I'm like, what is that? Why is it going D D D D D D D D D D D D?
That's weird because it could be explained if it was like one TV in a house, and you can explain it away as, something just, you know, something weird with that TV. But if it's more than one, that's a little odd.
Yeah, and then our garage TV, which here in Florida, we don't have a Florida room or anything. So a lot of us in our neighborhood, we use our garages and we have tables or bars out in our garage, and we'll have a TV out here, and we hang out in our garages in my neighborhood. That's what we do. So we sit out in our garage and we watch our TV in the garage. Our TV in our garage is now punking out on us. And and I'm like, okay, this is driving me up the wall. And tonight, after Mom was saying that about their TV, I said, Mom, I said, you need to tell your spirits to chill. You know, they need to chill their grill, because you are doing this. You know, I said, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's because I talked about it, and I talked about Mom and how she has all these spirits and orbs and people that, you know, because Mom has seen a lot in her life. And I'm going to get her on here one day to tell, because my mom has seen so many things.
I love it.
And then I went on and said everything I've been seeing. And all these things have been happening. I'm like, what did I do? Did I make them mad? Or are they saying, oh, you're going to go online and talk about this stuff? Guess what? I'm going to mess with your stuff.
So does it, all right. So maybe we could try to figure out this mystery. So does it happen if only your mother's in the room, if only you're in the room, or is it just sporadic? Like when it happened, who was in the rooms when it happened?
Me and Mom.
Both of you guys. So what could have happened, I'm only guessing, I don't really know, but what could have happened is maybe because you said your mom's very gifted and she has way more experiences than you have, but you have had some also.
Yeah.
So what if you coming on here ended up clicking something in your head and it helped open up your third eye, so you have that energy going, you know, and it's an energy. And a lot of times you just got to ground yourself and it'll calm back down. So it might have just, you suppressed a lot of feelings and different experiences, and listen to somebody else talk about it, got you to start thinking about it, which got it kickstarted again, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And spirit can be like, oh, so you do pay attention. So do you see this? Spirit will do that too.
I talk to my guides and my angels every night before I go to bed. That's one of the things I do before I go to bed. I lay in bed, and that is like a thing I do every single night. Every single night I talk to them. I thank them, tell them what I need, and you know, and to, you know, help me with what I need. I thank them for what they've given me and how they're helping me, so that they know what I need and what I need help with. And that's why I know in a reading, it'll probably show up in a reading. I think if they're listening, it'll probably show up in a reading and stuff. But, you know, I know I'm hard to read. I've been told I'm hard to read because I'm being blocked. Somebody's protecting me. That's what I've been told by 2 psychics so far.
Okay.
That I'm protected. And I don't know if that's hogwash or not. However,
no, that can happen a lot of times. Is you protecting yourself. If somebody doesn't want anybody to know what their true feelings are, they naturally put up a shield, and they're the ones that it's hard to read.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm always open, because I'm like, you know, I'd like to get something from them. You know, I'd like to, you know, but I thought I really had to come up here really quick and tell you what's been going on, because I'm like, okay, what do I do? Do I tell them, you know, chill your grill? We're all, you know, it's okay. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Continued, because I want to know what happens next week.
Yeah. Because I'm like, you know, so I don't know if I go to them tonight, say, I don't know if it's you. I always tell my spirit guides, hey, go have a chat with my mom's spirit guides, help her out. You know, any unemployed angels, we go, you know, go over there to my mom. I always ask for help from my mom.
Yeah.
And because she's got a lot going on, so I always do. And I've tried to talk to mom, talk to your angels and your spirit guides before you go to bed. And you know, and my dreams have been a lot more vivid. And I know when my dreams are more vivid, that means they're communicating with me. But of course,
absolutely,
my brain is not remembering it. I do remember a man that they've shown me. And he is clear in my mind. But I don't know who he is. And I don't know if I'll ever see him because he's a little too young for me. And I'm not a cougar. So
It might be a past life thing too. That soul
It
thing
could
that's
be.
always been with you, you know?
I hope so. And I love it when I have vivid dreams because I've never have. And that means I know that they're talking to me through my dreams. But so I'm glad that they're letting me see my dreams.
Yeah.
And stuff. So I just thought that that was so funny. And they're like, they're looking at me like I did something to the TV. And I'm like, what do you want me to do about a yellow flashing on the TV? I'm like, our TV is working fine. I've checked all the cords, because I've been Comcast for, years in this house, I should get a paycheck from them really. And I know how to fix everything. So I'm like, everything's working. I don't know. I don't know what it is. And I don't know why they were going D on my, I don't know if it's a D for Debbie. I don't know if it's what it was, but my TV then went black and my TV turned on as normal. So I have no idea. And it's just like, it just messes with it. And so I'm like, what do I do? I'm like, I didn't mean to make them mad or by talking to everybody about it. Was it supposed to be a secret? But maybe it is. I mean, because I'm open anyway. Because I'm like, please, somebody come talk to me. Any of my past relatives, friends, whatever that have died. Because I have a lot. And I'd love to see them. I'd love to talk to them. And so I'm open for it, because I hear my dog, and I love seeing her and hearing her.
Absolutely, yes.
She brings me comfort. So I'm like,
it still brings you comfort. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, she was like my comfort dog.
Mm-hmm.
She was the one, and I was her comfort human because she was, ill and everything. So I was her comfort human, so she took up my heart when she died. I mean, she literally did a piece of me is gone, but I'm glad that she still comes back and is like, hey, I'm here. And, that brings me comfort every time I hear her collar chains, her little tags rattle. She has a different sound than my other dog does. So I know it's not him.
You know to recognize it too. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when he's with me and isn't moving and just laying there and I hear him, and I know her sounds. So that always brings me great comfort. And it's like, oh, thank you, God.
That's so cool.
For that. And I thank her for coming too, because she knows I need it. And I've seen her, I've seen her laying on her bedding that my other dog uses. So exactly the same place and stuff. So it's like when you see her and it's like, wow, baby girl, look at you. But anyway, I just want to jump up and bring that up because I think it's so funny because
thank you for sharing that. I do. Next week, I definitely want to know if it's to be continued.
Yes. I'm going to send you an email though, so we can set up a private reading. And and you'll know why as we do the reading. Why? Okay. Right. So I will email you. And is the iris capitalized, the rainbow capitalized, and the things capitalized?
It's an email. It doesn't matter.
It'll go through. Okay, because I always wonder if it will go to somebody else, and they'll be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Okay,
it's fine.
Okay, I'll be sending you an email. Thank you, chat, for listening. Debbie. I can't see y'all, but thank you for listening to me back home. All right, bye, honey.
Bye, hon.
Okay, how do I get out of this?
Joy. Oh, it just says, and the bottom it says leave studio. I think it's like a red X.
Yeah, it is. Thank you. You're gorgeous.
Yeah, hon. Hey, Joy, how are you doing?
I just didn't want to interfere.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you for coming up here. I want to hear.
Well, okay. Well, this was about 15 years ago, and I'm going to tell the truth. I don't care if it hurts. Okay.
Yep.
So my kids and my husband, they look at me and go, "Don't say that, Mom. don't say that." And I'm going, "Oh yeah, if you want to ask me the question, I'm going to answer you."
Yep.
That's simple. All right. Okay. Something like 15 years ago, I have to make to set the scene because y'all won't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, when my kids are all grown. Well, when my kids were teenagers and young, well, we didn't like to have babysitters. We didn't do that. My husband worked nights. I mean, yeah, for a while my husband worked nights and I worked days, and then I swapped because I'm a nurse. I worked nights and he worked days, so that we could be around for our kids all the time, at least one of us. So one night, and I am a Christian. I do go to church.
Yep.
So anyway, I had been to church one night. My husband had to leave and go to work. We kept the bedroom completely blacked out because he was working at night. So during the day, he slept. So we kept the bedroom all dark, the shades drawn and everything, so that it's dark in that room,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
that he could sleep during the day. The kids were at school and I was at work. Okay, so this night I came home from church.
Yeah.
All the kids were in bed. My husband left for work. Hey, do y'all remember the cartoon with Wile E. Coyote
Oh,
in it?
yes. Oh my God.
Okay.
What the hell? Yes. What I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Okay. Keep Wile E. Coyote in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I go to bed. I swear to God, as God is my witness, and He is, I had not been in bed 5 minutes. And the whole room was completely blacked out. It was completely dark. I lay down, and all of a sudden I couldn't hardly breathe. I couldn't hardly move.
Oh.
And this thing that looked exactly, I'm telling you, I swear to God,
I believe you.
I would not lie to you, looked exactly like Wile E. Coyote, was hovering. His legs were crossed like Indian style,
Yep.
He had teeth. He was skinny, and hairy, and it was just hovering over the top of me.
I absolutely
And
believe
it totally made me so mad. I don't get scared. I get mad.
Yeah.
I get so mad.
In
And
that situation, you need to get mad.
I got so mad. And even my husband and my kids to this day, they believe me because they know I'm just going to get stinking mad. And
Yep.
I mean, I don't like. I take care of people for a living. I keep people alive for a living. I don't go for this crap. And so I don't care if it's in spirit or not. I'm not going for no meanness. I'm not going for no meanness. And so this thing, I couldn't move. I could not move. And this thing was hovering over me. And I swear it looked exactly like Wile E. Coyote. Only its teeth was like worse looking. It was like growling at me. And finally, I just started praying. I said, "Get thee behind me, Satan, in the name of Jesus. Get thee." And all of a sudden, I jumped up, and the thing floated. I swear to God, as my witness, that thing floated. It did not ever touch. It didn't touch nothing. And the windows were covered. Remember?
Yes,
The windows were
your husband
covered.
sleeps. Yep.
Exactly. The windows were completely covered. And that thing floated right outside the window and disappeared. I was so mad. I said, "You better get out of here before I reached up. I actually reached up and tried to strangle it.
Did you really?
I did. I took my hands and I reached up and tried to strangle it. And every time I tried to reach it, it moved a little further away.
Oh.
And I kept trying to reach it and I kept trying to grab it, and it just kept moving. And it left, and it has never been back.
Oh, I had we talked about last week. I had a similar experience like that too before. And I told it to get the F off of me and get away.
Yeah. Oh, I said, get the hell out of my house.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
that.
I was mad. I said, you're not going to do this to me. I don't know who you are or what you are or where you come from, but you're
Yeah.
fixing to go.
Yep.
Fixing to go.
Oh
And-
no,
and,
I absolutely believe you.
yeah.
I really think though, if you open up yourself for good and love and light, this is why in my religion, like we always make sure we have protection around us, because Yiki could try to sneak in too to try to like test you, and you just gotta tell them to kick rocks and step back, you know.
Yeah. No, I get really mad. I get
Yeah, no,
really, really mad.
No, I set boundaries for spirits. Don't mess with me in my bedroom. Don't come and bother me when I'm trying to sleep. And if you're yicky, I'm very forceful. Get the F away, because I make sure I want to say it strong and stern, you know. And then
I call it right. I call it my rattlesnake side, because my fangs come out when something tries to bother me and my family. Oh, let me tell you, I'm a demon. If it's a demon that wants to meet me, okay, I'm a demon that's gonna meet you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. Absolutely. I totally believe that.
And when I was telling people about this, I only told like probably 5 people in my life,
Yeah.
and they just looked at me and they were like, "Oh my God, you saw that too."
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
had no idea what to do. They were scared to death. I said, I wasn't scared. No, all I wanted to do was choke the thing.
Yep.
I
Absolutely.
wasn't scared. No, just get rid of it. You know,
Yeah.
and that's why I didn't want to. I don't want to tell people that there's those kind of things there, because I don't want to scare anybody.
Yeah. Or have people judge you either. You know what I'm saying? You don't
Well,
want.
I'm not. Yeah, but I'm not worried about being judged. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care about that kind of nonsense. But I don't want other people to be scared. I want them to be able to stand up and say, "Get the hell out of my house."
Yes. Yep. That's your house. That's your sacred space, and you have
Exactly.
control of where you live. Yeah.
Yeah. My family's been here since 1830.
Wow.
So, yes, and the graveyard that I put my son in 3 years ago has got all my family in it. It's just right down the road. And I'm not putting up with no crap.
Yeah.
No,
Good.
absolutely.
So, do you have a lot of history in your land? Like, have you experienced any other things?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just don't know what to talk about, because, I worry about other people's feelings, you know.
Like,
It don't,
what do you
like
mean?
I said before, it just doesn't scare me.
Yeah.
It does scare a lot of people, and I don't think the native Indians were here before my family was.
Absolutely.
And so, I just don't, I do good with it. I'm fine with it. I just don't want anybody else to be scared of it. I have a daughter that is she gets a little bit shaky. Her husband is in the hospital right now. He just fell off the roof. And yeah, he's got a broken vertebra and a broken wrist, and we're really desperately worried about him. I may have to leave and go to Little Rock. We started out to go to Little Rock, and then they said, no, don't come. They wouldn't let us in. And so.
Is that because of COVID?
Yes.
Oh.
So they won't let us in. So my daughter is keeping us up. They finally let her in. They told her she had to leave at 8:00. I said, my God, if he's got it, she's got it. If she's got it, he's got it. What in the world? Don't take that woman away from her husband. That's ridiculous. So anyway, they figured it out and they let her stay, but we can't go in right now. So that's in Little Rock, Arkansas. So we came back home. So now we're waiting to see how everything's going. He's going to have surgery tomorrow. But yeah, but my daughter, she grew up right here her whole life, right here with me. And she still has this, I don't know, she's scared. She has this, my boys, now, my oldest son, he wasn't scared of nothing, and my youngest son, he ain't scared of nothing. But my daughter, she's got a little bit of scared, she's a little bit scared of it. So I just, I try not to push anything. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm not sure why, because like I said, she's been here her whole life. She just lives across the road from me. So I just don't know why she's. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, all of them. I didn't have to leave all my boys and girls. They live across the road. All my grandkids live right next to me. So it's like, but still, I don't. The Christian stuff that comes up. Oh, if something is talking to you, it's a demon.
Yes.
It's a demon. So you kind of have to. Gotta have to play your cards right. I know you're into cards, right? You got to play your cards right sometimes because you don't want them to get upset. So I try to play my cards right, and I don't do cards, but I'm just saying you have to really play your cards right so that you don't upset people.
No, that's true.
And I don't want my daughter. I don't want my daughter to be afraid. And
did she have an experience when she was younger or something that frightened her?
Well, not that she's told me about. I wouldn't be surprised, but not that she's admitted to. She's 40, and not that she's admitted to. So, there you go. But she's helped me with my son's grave, and really, if it hadn't been for her and my son and my husband, I'd have probably been in the grave with my son when he died 4 years ago, because I was just a nutcase. And so they took care of me, and they took care of everything, and they did everything for me. And she still does. She still makes sure the flowers are on the right side. She makes sure that everything is great. But there's still something that, I think she's still scared of something.
Of course. Of course.
I think she's still scared of something, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah. It might be just a fear of the unknown.
That critter, it may be. It just may be. But when I saw that critter, I call it a critter. I've laughed about it. I call it a critter because it looked like Wile E. Coyote, it looked like a critter. And I just call it a critter. And I said, I don't like critters in my bedroom. Okay? No critters are going to stay in my bedroom. Okay? So the whole thing was, when the critter, this is still, I can still see it. This was 15 years ago, and I can still see it in my mind.
Like
I can still see. Yes, right. And people say that, oh, you were just dreaming. No, I hadn't even laid down hardly. No, I wasn't asleep. That's ridiculous. Oh, well, you just saw a shadow. No, the room was blacked out. It was dark. No, I didn't see. No, that thing climbed up on top of me, sitting inside with his legs crossed, fangs, claws. No. I saw it, and I'll never, ever let anybody tell me I did not see that. I was wide awake. I'm not drunk. I don't do drugs. No, I was wide awake. And when I saw it, I just reached right straight for its neck.
Good.
I said, I'm going to kill you. You better get it. Yep, I did. Both my hands, I can still see both my hands reaching for that thing's neck. And
You're breaking up a little bit.
Right out the window.
Just like the TV did.
Sorry, I'm in the woods.
No, that's
in
okay.
the
It's just,
woods.
most of it's good, and then every once in a while it breaks up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it just kept trying to go through the window. And
Oh.
it did. It eventually went right straight through the window while I was reaching for it because I was fixing to choke it. I was reaching
Good.
for its neck. I mean, I'm telling
Good.
you, I don't go for the bad stuff. No.
Yeah. Good. Good.
But when you talk to other,
My cat keeps coming up. Oh, she dropped off. Oh, there she is. I think the signal is cutting in and out.
That's her eye.
Joy, you
I'm
with
sorry.
us? No, that's okay.
Yes. No, I was just saying when you tell some people this, they're thinking you're out of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I was out of my mind, it was okay. When I find somebody in a ditch and I start helping them, they don't think I'm out of my mind. Okay?
Absolutely. Yep. You're
I
correct.
keep people alive. I keep people alive for a living. Okay, that's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw this, all of a sudden, oh wait, are you sure you're dreaming?
You
No,
know
I
if you're
wasn't
dreaming or
dreaming.
not. Yep. You know. I'm glad it hasn't happened again.
I wasn't
And you probably
dreaming.
because you put your foot down.
Oh, I was.
Oh, she dropped off. I think you guys understood most of it. She saw that wild coyote. Is that what it was? And it was something that looked like it. Yes, please hit that like button. Please, it helps the algorithm. Oh, I'm sorry, Carla. That is very sad. That's hard.
Sorry.
Oh, you're breaking up.
Well, I've had people ask me, can you draw this thing that I call
Yeah.
a critter? I said, I sure can. I sure can.
Draw it. I want to see a picture.
Really, you
Next time.
do? Really?
Yeah, I really do. I really do.
Really? How funny. Oh, yeah, I can draw it. I will say him. I don't know if it's a him or a her or what. I
It
just
is.
know it was not in the right place.
Yeah. Well,
When
good.
it's
The next time
when
you
it's
come
in
on,
my
I want to see a
bedroom,
picture of it.
okay, I'll work on it. I'll work on it for
Good.
you.
I think that would be awesome.
I'll see you later, honey.
Thank you, Joy. Thank you very
Oh
much
yeah,
for sharing.
I'm telling you. You just look at Wild Coyote, you'll see him.
Oh, I think she dropped off again. Well, thank you very much. Oh, here she is. Does anybody else got a story they would like to share? Do you like to come on up? Oh, I think she popped off again. She was doing real good for a long time, and then the signal started going up and down, up and down. Oh, that's tough. I was reading some of your guys' chat. That's very hard. Yeah, thank you for sharing your story, Joy. And I'm glad that you don't give a crap what people think about it if they hear it either. Oh. Does anybody else have a story they would like to share? I'll drop the link one more time. If nobody comes up, then we'll call it the night. Call it for the night.
She asked about deja vu.
Yeah, we answered it in there.
Oh,
I'm trying to find. I don't know where my mouse is, so I'm trying to use my fingers, and it sucks. So it's slower. I'm not young and spiffy like these kids that can do everything real quick. You ever see them type text and they got a whole paragraph in like 30 seconds, and I'm like backtrack back. You guys ever see me in chat? I try to type fast and then I hit send and all the words are messed up. So then I try to do like the talk to text and it looks right in the screen. Then when I hit send, I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? I didn't say all that. That's fine. Anybody else have a story they'd like to share? All of a sudden, you guys got quiet. Thank you, Joy. Thank you very much. Next week, I want to see a picture. Yeah, see, our kids are real fast. Well, thank you guys very much. And I hope to see you guys next week, too. Invite other people to come on here if you know anybody that has a story. And if you're really shy, because I was thinking about, like, some people really don't want to share their experiences. They're really shy. So if you want to, send me an email and let me know your story, I can read it off here for you. And then your privacy is still sacred and nobody has to know your business. So thank you guys all for coming, and thank you everybody who stuck this far. But I'm going to give 1 second. If anybody else wants to pop right up and share a story, you can. If not, we've been on here almost 2 hours. Thank you. So confused. I'm so confused. No, I love your name so much because it literally confuses me every time I see it, because I'm thinking somebody's saying they're confused about something because you have the emoji that goes right along with the name. Oh, they said good night, Mama Rainbow. Carly, you have nothing to be shy about, sweetie. No, thank you, Debbie, for coming up. And Joy and Nessie. I can't believe Nessie's still awake. Nessie, what time is it where you are? It has to be like 3:34 in the morning, right? Oh, my mama's saying goodnight too. My mom is cool. She came back. She ended up leaving, then coming back again. She went home, probably eat dinner. What'd you eat for dinner tonight?
Eggplant parm.
She had eggplant parm. I love eggplant. She brought me some eggplant, and I was going to make it on Saturday for my family. I love eggplant parm. Everybody in my family is like, no, I don't like it. How can you not like eggplant parmesan? Yeah, so tomorrow I'm going to make it for me and my mother. 3:50 a.m. Oh my God, Nessie, you need to get some sleep, sweetheart. Actually, I've stayed up a couple times that late too because you guys got me watching. What's his name? Dollywood. He doesn't come on until like 1 a.m. my time.
After jeans.
Do you ever eat eggplant parmesan? It's breaded eggplant that we fry, and then we put it's like an Italian dish, and then you stick mozzarella cheese on it with some red sauce, spaghetti sauce.
Did you bring back more wieners?
No. Nope, she didn't. She should have brought me some of that damn eggplant. She keeps the real good stuff for herself. No, that's not true. My stepfather just had the gastric bypass. So when they have a lot of leftovers now, because he can't have as much as he did before, I have all the goodies. Yes, Dolly Vision. Maybe he'll be on tonight. Actually, Nessie, you might want to get a couple hours sleep if you don't want to miss it all. Does he come on every night? I was curious if he came on every night. Like weekends, I usually can't do too much. My schedule's pretty busy on the weekends. Oh, you see all my cats keep jumping up on here. Well, one of them's shy and won't jump right up on the table, but will come up over here in the chair next to me. But this is, you want to see my kitty? Let's see. See, this is one of my kitties. And then I have the calico long-haired one that always comes up all the time, too. My calico one cries nonstop. This one's really quiet. Yes, you guys are a hoot, too.
Tata Chip, can she pull it out of her purse?
She probably would if she could. Well, thank you guys all for joining me tonight. And I hope I see you again. I promise some of the girls I'll do it earlier during the day so they're not here at 4 o'clock in the morning almost. My mother said, I bet I could. You have 3. I have 3 kitties too, and my little dog, who's the size. Here, let me see if I can show my dog. Reese. Come here, Reese.
Reese,
He ran away.
come here, Reese. Oh,
Anytime I
yeah.
call him near the table, he thinks something's going to happen. Like I'm going to sit here, cut his nails or cut his hair. I cut his hair the other day. I wanted to show you the mohawk I leave him. He has a little mohawk because he's a part wire hair terrier and part Chihuahua. Ugliest combination ever. So I have to shave his hair so he looks cute. But I leave, like, he has this one part that grows like a fluffy grayish white color. So, oh, here comes the third cat. So anyways, I always leave that one spot there, and he looks like a little gizmo. Tell me he doesn't look like the dog from the Gremlins. He looks like Gizmo from the Gremlins. Say hi. Why are you acting so shy and scared? You have no reason to. But yep, this is my baby. Yeah, see, he sees his little mohawk. I always joke and say I'm going to dye it. Well, I used to be a groomer, and people would come in and have us dye their dog's hair. And part of the reason why I shaved him, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, see in his ear? He has white paint on him because we just painted, and he had long fur on his body. And I don't know how he did it. He went through the doorway, and on both sides, he got hair. I mean, paint on his hair. We have no idea how he did it. It wasn't like it was closed off. I don't know why he did it on the edge of one side and walked back and did it on the edge on the other side. But anyways, thank you guys very much for coming here and joining. Please remember to hit that like button, okay? And I'll see you, if you want to come and see the tarot reading, is on Thursday. And then I'm going to schedule another one for try to have some spirit talk during the week, earlier during the day, and then we'll do it again next Tuesday also. I lost my scamper 3 years ago to cancer. He fought for 4 years. I miss him every day. No grand dog is here, but she is not my scamper. Oh, I know we always have that one that just is near and dear to our hearts. That'll just stay with us forever. We had a dog like that we had for many years. That's like that to my husband. And then we had a dog, July 5th last year passed away. He was young. It was like a week before his 1-year birthday. And he ended up getting an infection in the mouth that he couldn't get rid of. They think he got into something he wasn't. It was chewing on it and got into infection. And it wouldn't go away. So we went back to an emergency vet to get more testing done. And they said that it looked like that he had like doggy leukemia. And that's why he couldn't get the infection to go away. So that was sad. My kids were absolutely devastated. He was he was a pit mix. This dog was like a doggy crack. Like he was insane. Like my little dog, so nice and calm. And this one that we had was big white and thought he was this big, but he wasn't.
I used to get bit.
Aww.
I used to get bit every day.
You feel him as he jumps on your bed.
You're biting my
Yeah.
hand.
We've heard our puppy barking here before, me and my husband. We're in the kitchen and we're like, he's like, did you hear that? I'm like, yeah, I heard that. I'm like, that was his bark. That was his bark, and he had already passed away. My kitty bit you?
Just like my cat does with the arthritis.
My
That's right.
cat knows evil.
No,
My mom has arthritis in her hands, and her cats will bite at her hands. And she just said that the brother that I have of her cats just bit her where her arthritis is too. So anyways, Scamp was, a Boston Bulldog. Oh, how cute. They got the cute little faces. All right, so anyways, I'll stay on here talking all night because I love yapping. So anyways, you guys have a beautiful night, and thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.